This is 40 grams of raw pasta. Can I use it to make something very filling during my weight loss journey? Let's find out. In this pot, I have already cooked deboned mackerel fish that I seasoned with the seasoning on the screen. Next, I added deboned panla fish. If you've been sleeping on panla fish, please wake up. I added sliced onion, habanero pepper, and gave that a good stir. Here, I was just trying to taste for a seasoning adjustment, but there was no need for that because I had already seasoned the fish and I used the fish water to cook this pasta. I added the raw pasta. Please don't arrest me, don't sue me. This is how I like to eat my pasta. I bake it, okay? I just with little water and cover the pot to cook. So it's almost ready. I added some carrots, covered that to cook for 2 minutes. And lastly, I'm going to add plenty ugu leaf. This is going to take the quantity from 0 to 100. With the way my girl cuts my ugu leaf, all I can say is Igwe, because she always understands the assignment. After adding the ugu leaf, I gave that a good stir and allow it to steam for a minute and it was ready. This was so filling and delicious. Do well to check the comments for all the ingredients and measurements. Follow for more healthy recipes.
If you're eating a high protein diet but you're still not losing fat, you're probably just making one of these 2 mistakes. Fixing them changed everything for me and my clients, and it could for you too. Hey, I'm Gerard and I coach women over 40 who are done with the fad diets and are ready for real results. And one thing that is all too common with the women who come to me is that they've spent years doing the right things, eating clean, working out hard, following every little rule, and still couldn't lose that stubborn belly fat. Turns out it wasn't their effort, it was their meal strategy. Once I taught them these 2 simple shifts, they dropped the weight and kept it off. Here's the first one. Everyone's talking about protein, right? But no one is talking about fiber, especially in your first meal of the day. Fiber slows down digestion, balances blood sugar, keeps you full, and reduces those cravings. Meaning if you skip it, you're just setting yourself up to snack and completely crash later. The second mistake. People think that they're eating enough protein, but their choices aren't actually protein dense. Let's take eggs for example. Yes, eggs have protein, but most of the calories actually come from fat. One egg has 6 grams of protein and 70 calories. So if you're aiming for 30 to 40 grams at breakfast, that is 7 eggs and over 500 calories and 35 grams of fat. A much smarter option? Have 1 to 2 eggs and add a cup of egg whites. Same protein, fewer calories, and better balance. So no, it's not about eating perfect or eating super clean. It's about building meals that actually support your fat loss goals. And when you combine protein-dense foods with fiber-rich carbs, that is where the magic happens.
If you're on a weight loss journey and you still want to enjoy your soup and swallow, then this recipe is one you should try out. In here, I have 200 grams of boneless goat meat. I'm seasoning with the seasoning on the screen. I'll stir that and cover that to cook. While the meat is cooking, I'll proceed to prep other ingredients. I'm also going to be using 1 dried panla fish for this recipe. I mean, we're on a calorie deficit, but then we're making meals that are very high in protein. All right. So in that small white plate, I have 1 tablespoon of achi powder and 1 tablespoon of palm oil. You can see I'm adding that to the soup. This serves as a thickener for this soup. This soup is called achi soup. All right. So I added the dried panla fish, 1 habanero for that extra heat, and I covered the pot sideways to cook on extreme low heat while I proceed to blend 1 cup of whole grain oats for my swallow. Then the swallow is ready at this point. I checked on the soup and added uziza leaf. I mean, the flavor this gives to this soup is out of this world. If you have any questions you'd like to ask concerning this recipe, please do well to ask in the comments, and please do well to check the comments for all the ingredients and measurements. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. This hack is going to save you time and gas. If you're on a weight loss journey, you want to eat beans, but you're tired of cooking beans every day, I'll be sharing with you how to cook, portion, and also preserve your beans to last for weeks. First, pick your beans, transfer to a pot, add water and let it boil. Once it boils, you're going to strain out the water, rinse thoroughly, and transfer it back to the pot. Add water that will be enough to cook the beans till it's very soft. I'm using 3 cups of raw beans, okay? Now I covered the pot and allowed that to cook till the water was completely dried and the beans was very soft. Here's how I portion the beans. I do 1 cup of beans in separate plates and half cup of beans in separate plates as well. This helps me decide which one to pick depending on what I'm having for that day or what I'm pairing with the bean. After portioning, I allow the beans to completely cool off before I cover the plate and transfer it to the freezer. And when you want to enjoy your beans, just pick out 1 plate, put it in a pot, sprinkle little water, and let it steam on extreme low heat. And there you have it. Easy peasy. Let me know. Will you be trying this? If you're on a weight loss journey and you still want to enjoy your chocolate and vanilla ice cream, then you should save this recipe for later. In this plate, I'm adding unsweetened Greek yogurt. Stay with me, okay? I added chia seeds. Notice that each time I add a new ingredient to the plate, I'm clearing it using the tail button, right? Next, I added roasted almond seeds, some chopped red apple. Then I'm going to mix this After mixing, I'm going to go in with my protein powder. Now, this protein powder also contains chocolate flavor, so imagine adding that to the Greek yogurt. It's giving chocolate ice cream vibe. After adding the protein powder, I realized that I did 41 grams instead of 40 grams, so I scooped the extra 1 gram out and proceeded to mix this nicely. For that vanilla effect, I'm going to drizzle 30 grams of sweetened Greek yogurt. Remember, the first yogurt I added to the plate was unsweetened, right? So this is going to add a bit of sweetness to the plate. So in total, we've used 280 grams of Greek yogurt. I used my spoon to design nicely, wrapped nicely, and transferred it to the freezer to freeze, because that's how you best enjoy this. And there you have it. Your healthy bowl of vanilla and chocolate ice cream is ready. Here's the ingredients list, and I hope you get to try it out. Bye, friends. Here's everything I'm eating today during my intermittent fasting eating window. I just knew that I was going to have soup today because I've not had soup in a while and I was so craving for it. So I made this white egusi soup that I made with oat swallow. Don't worry, I've already posted the detailed recipe for the egusi soup on the page, so do well to check it out. And if the ingredient is too much for you, you can always reduce if you're not on intermittent fasting. Thanks for watching. Bye.
If you still think that weight loss is just eat less, move more, then you've been lied to. That advice works in your 20s, even your 30s, but once you hit 40, hormones change. Your stress response shifts, and that calorie calculator, completely useless. You're not fat because you're lazy. You're stuck because your body is out of balance. Cortisol's higher, metabolism's slow, and your nervous system is fried. And you're trying to fix it with a salad and a 1,200 calorie meal plan? Good luck. That's why women who train hard, track their macros, and walk 10,000 steps a day still have that muffin top. It's not about eating less. It's about eating right, regulating your nervous system, and resetting your metabolism properly.
One of the hardest things to do during weight loss is thinking of different healthy meals to cook every day. Let me show you everything I'm eating today during my 6 hours intermittent fasting eating window, and I hope it inspires your next meal. By 4 p.m., which is when I break my fasting, I had soaked chia seed, moi moi, steamed carrots and cabbage, and boiled egg white. Not to worry, I have attached the ingredients list for each meal and nutritional facts, so all you need to do is take a screenshot. This is it for the lunch I had. Now by 6 p.m. for dinner, I had oilless okra soup. I made this okra soup with dried panla fish and goat meat. It is very spicy, very delicious, and there's a recipe for okra soup on this page. Here's the ingredients list and nutritional facts for the okra. When I'm back from my evening outdoor walk, I'll be having this yogurt bowl and 1 red apple. It contains unsweetened Greek yogurt, roasted almonds, and fennel seed. I mixed everything together, wrapped nicely, and transferred it back to the freezer to freeze. Here's everything I used for the yogurt bowl, and here's everything I consumed for today. If you have any question, please feel free to ask in the comments. Bye, friends. Here's what to do if you want to preserve your panla fish in bulk. First, when you buy from the market, it's usually soft because the seller doesn't want to properly dry the fish so it doesn't shrink. If it shrinks, it will not attract more customers. So when you bring it back to the house, you're going to cut off the head, take out the bone, and transfer it to the oven to dry. Depending on the quantity of fish, it takes about 10 to 25 minutes to properly dry, right? Now listen to this. From the sound, you can tell that the fish is properly dried. Next thing you do is to transfer it to a Ziploc bag, seal properly, and transfer to your freezer. If you don't have a freezer, you can transfer it to a container that has a cover, and there you have it. You enjoy your fish for a very long time. It won't go bad because it's properly dried. I hope this video was helpful. Eating healthy is not boring, no. Let me show you what I ate to break my intermittent fasting yesterday. I have grilled chicken drumstick and breast without the skin, boiled egg white, 100 grams of cooked white rice, moi moi, stir-fry veggies, and stew for the rice and chicken. See, for the moi moi, I did not have tatashi and shombo, so I decided to make it like that. And trust me, it turned out so good. Don't worry, I'm going to post the recipe for you guys this weekend in case you want to try. In fact, you must try it because it was that good. For the steamed veggies, after slicing my veggies, I'll transfer all of it to the pot. Add very little water, right? And lightly season with seasoning cube and very little salt. Cover that to steam on extreme low heat, and there you have it. You don't need oil or whatsoever, all right? There is a recipe for that on this page, so you can just check it out. Here's the ingredients list for everything I used. Bye, friends.